Hi, this is Andres, and today I want to show you a very straightforward example on how to use or leverage artificial intelligence inside a business process built with Microsoft Power Platform. First things first, let's see the overall business process before anything. And as you can see here in the diagram, invoices are going to be received at a mailbox. Invoices are an example of any invoice, of course. And then these invoices that are attached into these emails are going to be stored in a SharePoint known place in a SharePoint site. And Power Automate Flow is going to process automatically with AI Builder this invoice data. So it's going to automatically extract the data from the information from the invoice and store it in a database. And afterwards, where you see here the Power Apps logo, we are going to use an application, which is going to be the next content I'm going to show you, an application to manually, by a human, review and perform corrections where necessary to those automatically processed invoices. Because artificial intelligence is not perfect, and invoice data is pretty sensitive information, so we want to make sure that all the data is correct before passing it over to the next step of the process, which is the approval processes made by the controlling department. Different business roles here. This is not in the scope of this video. And then if the invoice is approved, it's going to be inserted directly into the ERP, in this case Sage ERP. But if the invoice is rejected, then it's going to be placed into a different SharePoint site where the appropriate team is going to have it there for dispute management. Now, most of the business process is completely automated without human intervention, but I want to show you here, this is the invoice review application. We are now in the Power Apps Canvas editor. Here, if I click into the play button, we are seeing the application as and the end user would see it in the browser. So there are basically three areas in this application. This is the list of invoices that are pending for human review. Here in the middle, we see the basic, the input information that the human needs to, check if everything's correct. And now in the right, here is basically the PDF of that particular image we are reviewing right now. Here, of course, we can apply different filters by date, by the account, by full text, but let's focus on reviewing the data here. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit here with control and the mouse wheel. We can zoom in and zoom out, and of course we can scroll laterally or vertically, just like in any web page. Now here in these controls over here, we can change the information that the AI had automatically extract from the invoice. And you see these numbers here. This is the confidence that the artificial intelligence model, how sure it is that it has extracted the information correctly. And we see that in green, it's pretty confident that the invoice ID, date are correct, but here the totals and the supplier tax ID not so sure. So it's our job to make sure that the information is correct. So here, for example, supplier tax ID, we just copy the information here and paste it, and then we can hit save to save the information. Now, of course, we can, when we are ready, if all the information is correct, we can hit this button and it will mark the invoice as reviewed, signaling this process to go to the next step, which is the approval process for the controlling department. Now let's discuss very quickly, high level, the design of this application. I've used lots of containers here. You can see that each of these inputs are grouped in these containers. And even we have here a blank container to maintain this appearance of symmetry, right? We want to have these three components, and we don't want this one to fill all the space, otherwise it's going to be too thick, too big there. Now, it's very important to have controls like this that hide other panes of the application, because then we are able to have more room for the user to in this case, check the PDF of the invoice and interact with the controls. Now, for this invoice, this control is not the out-of-the-box PDF component here that we have in Power App. So we are not using this one because, well, first of all, it's experimental, so it's not recommended to use an experimental feature in production. And second, the controls that has it in, well, this control has controls inside for zoom in and zoom out, for example, and they are not very practical. So I prefer to use here an iframe. So this is a PCF control, a code control that's inserted in the solution, and it's used to to have the, you see here, the base64 file or representation of this file, and this allows us to use the browser's PDF control because it recognizes that it's a PDF, and here then we can treat this piece of the screen like any frame, and this allows us to use the zoom in and zoom out very easily and with the same interactions that the user is accustomed to any other web application. Well, and that's that. I hope this video gives you some ideas on how to leverage artificial intelligence, or just start imagining how you can leverage Microsoft Power Platform to start digitalizing and automating parts of your business. I will be glad to help you out. Please let me know in the comments if you need my help or advice for your business to start leveraging these technologies. Use the comments below or use the form in my website, which you will be, you will see the link in the description box. See you around.